I'm martial art master Daniel Pacina. You know me as the original Johnny Cage, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, and Smoke. You are tuning in to NerdCage Live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. Don't miss an episode or you'll get caged. So let's finish him.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom!
Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe. Run for your life, Joe.
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe.
Thank you.
Yo, that's diabolical. Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCageLive.
This is Anthony Marquez, better known as Kung Lao for Mortal Kombat. Make sure to like and subscribe to NerdCage Live. Be there. Us.
Come on.
Our treasured left eye will never fall into the hands of another.
Hi, I'm Leah Montalongo, the OG Sindel. Please like, subscribe to NerdCage Live.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Jay St. G.
And I'm Joe from FallenOne Gaming.
And we have a special message from NerdCage Live and NerdCage Live Gaming! Because we know a lot of y'all like the game, right? Well, we decided here at NerdCage that we wanted to give away something special. A big thank you. Not only a thank you, but we need your help too. Joe, what is it that we're giving away?
We are giving away an Xbox Series X.
Yes! Brand new! See? Right here, still sealed. We are giving this sucker away. But in order for us to give this away, we need your help. Get us to 1,500 subscribers and we will give this away.
If you guys get us to 1,500 subscribers, this can be all yours.
United States and Canada only. We're not shipping all over the world, all right?
Yeah.
So here's how this is gonna happen. Get us to 1,500 subscribers. And then we're going to release another video on how you can enter. This is not going to be the only giveaway. So the first prize, obviously, will be the Xbox Series X, brand new, shipped right to you. Second prize will be a digital $100 gift card from Amazon.
Third place will be a $50 digital Amazon card.
Now, listen, if you get us to 1,500 subscribers, just maybe, we'll do another giveaway. 1,500 subscribers, and this bad boy can be yours. Keep it tuned to NerdCage Live when we release the second video on how to enter once we hit 1,500 subscribers.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in the nerd cage. We hope you have a smashing good time.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello and welcome. That's right. You're trapped in NerdCage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture. So please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, Certified Geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of Tom Cruise, Syracuse, New York. And introducing our new era, the new panel, starting with the queen of NerdCage Live. Pretty Guardian, how are you today?
I am so good. Thank you for having me, and I'm so glad to be a host here on the NerdCage now.
100%. And hailing from Los Angeles, California, Derek, what's poppin'?
Hi, Mom. Can you see me? I'm doing okay. Glad to be here. Looking forward to diving into this list. Even more excited to be a host. Let's get it going.
Yes. And y'all know him. He's our moderator and Trollhammer. Stronger than the DK Banana Simon. It is Joe from FallenOne Gaming. How you doing and who do we got in the chat?
I'm doing so great today. I am so glad we're back on YouTube after our long hiatus there. And in the chat tonight, we have Doomzilla, Byron Kingsley, and Shay Smithers.
Thank you.
Don't be afraid to say anything, guys. You're lurking in the background.
The usuals are here.
Yes.
The good boys.
All right. Before we get started here, lots to go over real quick. We've been away for a while. A little over a month, but a lot has occurred. Thank you to everybody who came to support us on our channel launch last night. As you probably saw, we are giving away an Xbox Series X. So, if you want that bad boy, y'all have to get us to 1,500 subscribers, and then we'll release details on how to give that away.
Yes.
Tomorrow,
see that.
we have a birthday up in this bitch.
So what you have to do,
one of these handsome and beautiful people you see on screen here is gonna hit the big 3-5.
Yes, the hammer turns 35.
Everybody wish Joe an early happy birthday.
Do it.
And Joe,
do it or else we don't start.
Joe, what are we doing tomorrow,
Thank
Joe?
you.
What are we doing tomorrow, man?
We're playing my new favorite game, Jay.
Which is?
Zelda Ocarina of Time.
And where can people find it?
On twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Super tits. Also, what do we do on Tuesdays?
On Tuesdays, we go back to Bayonetta, our favorite bullet witch.
Absolutely.
So that's such a fun playthrough.
Oh, hell yes it is. Just saying. And Joe, tell them about next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we will be doing the live stream of, is it the King Kong versus Godzilla 1962?
Yes, 60th anniversary.
Yes.
For the record, we're going on Wednesday because one of us on screen has stuff going on Thursday, so we're going to be doing a special live stream doing the look back of King Kong versus Godzilla. We're all going to like talk about the movie, and we may have two additional special guests with us as well. So look forward to that. Now, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this IGN list, as you can see on our screen right now, let's just reintroduce our fellow co-hosts and just Pretty Guardian. Just tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you wound up here and all that good stuff in case they don't know. So go ahead.
Absolutely. I am Pretty Guardian. I'm a video content creator here on the magical world of the internet, and I make videos about RPGs, JRPGs, and just gaming and pop culture stuff that I'm into. And Jay actually reached out to me on Facebook. This is like 3 or 4 months ago, and we did an interview. We did the Mount Rushmore of gaming characters video, and pretty soon I felt like I was getting called back all the time. And, you know, I'm always happy to do it because I feel like the NerdCage is just such an awesome community. It's one of those places where it doesn't matter like what your freak flag is. It's like, we've got it here. If you're into kaijus, if you're into gaming, if you're into tabletop stuff, comic books, like this is the place to be. And I am just so glad to be here. So thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Whoops, wrong. There we go. Again, thank you so much for like, you know, choosing to join us, and like again, you add a whole new dimension to NerdCage Live, and I'm like super excited. Again, I'm the luckiest nerd on the planet to be working with you. Again, I'm a huge fan, still a huge fan of what you do. So the fact that I tricked you into working with us,
bamboozled,
is incredible. So yes, please sub up Pretty Guardian. All the links in the description to all her gaming content, her YouTube, her Twitch, and all that good stuff. And reintroducing the Italian Goku from Los Angeles. Derek, please tell our audience a little bit about yourself and how you wound up here.
All right. Hi. My name is Derek. I have a YouTube channel here under the name Bonus Commentary. You can find me, I believe, under that handle. Might be the best way to do it. I kind of cover way too much to be pigeonholed in terms of like what it is. I just looked back over my stuff. I've got vacation videos. I've got like let's plays. I've just come and check it out if you've got any free time at all. My last video that I'm really proud of is the G-Fest video I did where me and our master of ceremonies ran around Chicago eating all the Giordano's we could possibly shove into our maws. And how I came to the NerdCage is actually kind of a funny story. It's California, so you remember a rainy day when it happens. It was the middle of the night. The rain was torrential, and I get a knock at my door, and there's Jay and Joe on their knees, hands clasped.
Whoa!
They were just they were begging, they were pleading. They were like, Derek, please, I beg of you. And I was like, I don't know. I've got a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time. I have things I have to do. No, okay. So I'm kidding. But the short version is that they came to me a few months back. I'll be honest, I was hesitant at first, not because like I didn't want to be associated, but like I wanted to be sure that I could bring something to the table that NerdCage didn't have. So I gave it a lot of thought, and I know what I'm going to bring to the table. I've got projects in the works specifically for our friends here at NerdCage. I hope you guys enjoy it when they come out. I won't say anything more. Top secret, hush hush. And yeah, I'll stop chatting so we can get started.
Yes, and I just want to point out one thing. I want everybody to hear this, including the panel, Joe, and everybody in the chat right now. We are super appreciative of everything that Mark Withers has done for NerdCage Live. He is our co-founder and whatnot. But I just want everybody to know that Mark does have projects coming up, likely in the fall. But I also want to point out that he gave his blessing when I told him who we were recruiting for NerdCage Live. So I just want everybody to know that Pretty Guardian and Derek, Mark is absolutely thrilled to have them
Thank you, Mark.
with us moving forward. Just so everybody knows, Mark wasn't replaced, but
No,
we're bringing in 2 additional folks here that add a different dimension that we never covered previously on NerdCage Live. So I just want everybody to know that everything with Mark is on good terms, and that he absolutely gave his blessing to this new lineup.
Yes, Mark will always be the father of NerdCage and our fearless founder.
Absolutely. So that being said, if you want to follow us, well, let me fix the chat here. If you guys want to follow us in the on the IGN, the link is it's the IGN Top 100 Games. The link is actually in the description here. So if you want to follow along with us, you can absolutely follow along here. So I actually have the page. You can actually see on screen the page is queued up here, and let's see here. There we go. Sorry, I'm just fixing the chat here because it's a whole new layout, guys. So Joe, since you're the moderator, go ahead. Where are we starting off?
We might as well start at the bottom and work our way to the top.
Yep, let's go.
So at 100, they have Borderlands 2.
I got nothing. I've never played Borderlands. I have no problem with this being here. How do you guys feel?
I think it's a good franchise, and so I definitely feel like it deserves a place up there. And Borderlands 2, I'd probably put it around 100. So that's it for me.
Okay.
I think 2 is by far the standout of the series. I think that the original writer, Anthony Birch, did a fantastic job with this story. Not only that, but we also got Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep as the DLC, and it's not
masterpiece.
It's so good they tried to replicate it in 3. I haven't played 3, so I can't say for certain, but I have a feeling it's not going to be as good as the OG.
Yeah.
I think 3 might be the only one I played. I don't know. I played one of them. I love the voice acting. I love the comedy that's in it.
I love the art style. I'll give it that.
The art style is pretty good.
Yeah.
The play style is almost like a revamped version of Fallout's mechanics, kind of.
They refer to themselves as a looter shooter.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is a good game. It does deserve its place on the list, but I agree. It would probably be, towards the bottom like they have it. So I agree with this pick.
Okay. All right, Joe, let's move on.
The next one on this list is number 99, Divinity Original Sin 2. This one I never played, but it is Dungeons & Dragons, so I'll give that over to Derek.
I'll make this one real quick. I've played this game for a grand total of maybe 3 hours drunk with a friend. And the things that I remember about it are it's a top-down action-adventure style game with the ability to talk to animals. And that's about all I can add, so I'm going to go ahead and call it good there.
All right. Pretty Garden, do you have anything on Divinity Original Sin? Or?
Yes, I love Divinity Original Sin 2, and I'm really glad it made the list. If this were my list, I'd probably put it down a little bit lower, but not too much. It has that like traditional Dungeons and Dragons gameplay, but they've changed it significantly. There's a lot of things that work on a tabletop that don't necessarily work in a video game. And I feel like this is kind of a very defining game in the CRPG genre. To me, it's like miles above like Pillars of Eternity and some of those other ones that are in there. Just great storytelling, great gameplay. Glad it made the list.
Okay. All right, Joe, we move on to the next
one. Yeah, next one.
Okay.
I have a bit of an issue with.
Yes, I agree.
98 is Final Fantasy VII, which is my favorite of the Final Fantasy series, and this should be way higher on the list in my opinion.
I'm not a Final Fantasy guy, but I understand how big this was. This was the biggest Final Fantasy game, and the fact that it's number 98 is baffling. That's just my take. I have nothing more to add, but like I said, even as someone who's never played the Final Fantasy series, this is shocking to me.
Aggie, please.
Oh, no, I don't have... I basically feel the same way Jay does. I like Final Fantasy VII, but I'll be honest, it's not my favorite. Like Final Fantasy IX is probably my favorite. I do think Final Fantasy VII should have been lower on the list. Like probably like 50 to 40 in that range is where I would have put it.
Now, I will give a little bit of a kind of a PSA or what, call it what you will, but this is an opinion piece, and it is based on the opinions of, like, each game was rated by one person in specific, so you got to kind of take it with a grain of salt on what their take on it was. But being a fan of the game as much as I am, it's still mind-boggling.
I guess my take is you could make the argument that it's the biggest PlayStation 1 game of all time, and the fact that it's number 98 is just a little, it's a head scratcher.
Yeah, now that the remake is out there, I don't know, maybe that'll make an appearance on their further list down in the future, but
I'd like to point out this wasn't written by one person.
Yeah.
I just looked at the top, and this list was written by the entire IGN staff.
Okay, well, I was just looking at the bottom of each game, and it just has one.
I guess it's kind of like how we do a NerdCage ranking video. They probably combine the lists, but like, I just thought, like I said, even as somebody who stands on the outside, I remember when the game came out. I remember all the rage. Like, that's why I'm saying I'm shocked, because I feel like this was the Ocarina time of PlayStation. That's how I feel.
So, yeah. I can agree to that. I actually have not played Final Fantasy VII in its entirety. I think I get to like disc 2 before I check out. Maybe not necessarily emotionally and mentally, just life gets in the way and I don't pick it back up. I have played Crisis Core. I have played Dirge of Cerberus all the way through. I know the endings, but oddly enough, it's 7 I can't get through. Even watching Advent Children, like I understand the message, I understand the story, the characters are beloved, and I think that this does deserve a much higher ranking in this particular.
Okay, so I think the four of us are in agreement that it should be higher.
Yeah, and just to tack on one thing to Derek's explanation there is that I agree the game is very, very long, but like I said, with the remake, I like the way they're doing it, breaking it into sections rather than just releasing the whole game as the full game as it is. It makes it a little bit easier to digest. And with that being said, I think we'll move on to the next one, which is Assassin's Creed.
We can probably move right along for this one, because I got nothing to say about that. I've never been an Assassin's Creed guy.
No, let's keep it rolling.
Yeah. I stopped playing Assassin's Creed after 3.
Okay. So let's just move on. Assassin's Creed's there because it's there. We got no problem.
Yeah, the earlier one was better, so that's really all I can say. 96 is another one I haven't played. It's Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge.
I got nothing.
News to me.
I think it was kind of stupid that this game is at 96. This might be like my hot take. I don't even think it deserves to be on the list. It's a decent like adventure story game or whatever, but if I was to put a game from like that genre on here, it'd be something like King's Quest, not Monkey Island.
Gotcha.
Damn.
Okay.
All right.
Next one on the list is racing games. I don't really get into too much. Besides maybe Mario Kart in my early days and Need for Speed. But the next one on the list is 95. It's Burnout 3 Takedown.
I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right.
It's a racing
game. All right,
next.
Okay, so next one, I think we got some words for the next one.
All right, next one might be a little more controversial. It's 94 is Fallout 2.
Okay. Derek, go ahead. I think you're chomping at the bit for this one.
Okay, so I'll make it brief. While I love the Fallout franchise, I do believe that 2. I think that 2 at 94 isn't a bad call. I think that there is. It's kind of a neat. I feel like nowadays it's more of a niche to like that kind of style of game. I love the Fallout series, but for me, Fallout really evolved when it jumped to the 3D platform and not necessarily.
It absolutely did.
That being said, there's some amazing things in Fallout 2 that I think is the reason why it's on this list at all. I think it's good where it is.
Yeah. And Fallout as a franchise, roller coasters through fame and,
Oh,
and
girl, we're
everything,
going
too.
to get into some territory. I'm looking
Yeah,
forward to
you
it.
got 76, which I couldn't stomach, but it is what it is. Next on the list is 93. It's League of Legends, which I believe is primarily a mobile game, and I kind of have an issue with mobile games even being on this list, to be perfectly honest.
It's not a mobile game.
No, it's not.
Okay.
This is
Right.
it's
I
a
haven't ever played it. It just sounded like a mobile game to me.
it's funny you call it a mobile game, but it is the genre is called MOBA. So
Maybe that's where I got it mixed up.
Well, Pretty Guardian, you're a League of Legends girl, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I used to be a Diamond 4 player back in the day. I would do the ranked matches.
Holy shit.
I could do support and mid. Definitely a big League fan. On a list of 100 games, I would probably put it around 90. So I can see, it deserves a spot there.
All right, yeah, I figured. Again,
Go watch Arcane.
unfamiliar territory. Do I have a problem with it being there? No, not at all. All right, next one. I think we all have something to chime in about. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, next one is 92. It's Mega Man 3. Now, I'm just going to say this right away.
Go ahead,
that in the Mega Man franchise, nothing beats Mega Man X in my
That's
opinion.
exactly where I was going to go. It was same thing. For me, if you're going to pick any Mega Man game, it should have been Mega Man X. That's my opinion. What do you guys got?
Maggie?
So I haven't played Mega Man X, so I'll take your word for it. Like, if you're gonna pick one, pick Mega Man X. When I look at their little write-up about it, like where they talk about how it learned from the lessons of 1 and 2, I definitely agree with that. I think Mega Man 3 is a good game, and you can definitely see the development of the franchise in it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go for just the original 3, then Mega Man 3
Okay, I think that's fair, but I just feel like I think Mega Man X was just like everything, like it was everything and more. I'm a little biased. Listen, I'm a little biased because I as well. I'm 35, going to be 36 pretty soon. So I'm pretty biased. I grew up with the 16-bit era the most. I was in the tail end of the 8-bit era, but it was the 16-bit era that meant everything to me. And Mega Man X was the shit. And I just feel like it's the best of the franchise to this day. That's all. I have no problem Mega Man being there at 92. I just think they picked the wrong game.
Yeah, I agree. Anyone else have anything before I move on?
Go right ahead.
All right. Next one here, 91. I think they did a favor to the kiddies on this one because they put Animal Crossing New Horizons.
This shit should be so much higher.
No, I'm not an Animal Crossing person, but I understand.
It's okay to be wrong.
I understand how big it was when the pandemic. I feel like the pandemic was the reason why the game was as big as it was. No one was working. No one was doing. And Animal Crossing was like the game to pass by the early stages of the pandemic. That's just my opinion.
Oh my god, no, dude! It's so there's so much to that game. It is surprisingly deep. I have this was my first and might be my only Animal Crossing experience, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. But from start to end, this is what made the pandemic more bearable, and that's saying something considering the weird conditions we were all put in,
especially you being in California.
Yeah, especially. But like the stock markets, the getting equipment, building your island to your very specifications. I loved it. I think it deserves so much better.
So basically what you're saying is this did the reverse of what Pokemon Go did. Pokemon Go got people outside.
Ew.
This game cut people inside.
You know what? Yeah. And I love me my Pogo.
All right. Pretty Guardian, what's your take on Animal Crossing New Horizons here at 91?
Derek said it all. Let's keep it rolling.
I'm sorry, Maggie.
All right.
All right, next one on the list is number 90, Thief 2 The Metal Age. Now, I never played Thief 2, but I did play the original one. It was kind of wonky in my opinion. I couldn't really get into it for whatever reason.
There's an ad. I'm sorry, guys. There's an ad that's like covering the... Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just trying to fix the screen here.
Oh, that's all right.
There we
That's
go.
all right. So that being said, I don't have much to input on this one. What do you guys think about it?
I got
Yeah.
nothing. So if they go ahead, guys, I have nothing.
Me neither.
I think that the Thief franchise deserved a place on there, just because of those like stealth mechanics and stuff that it introduced. So I do think, especially for its time, that it added something to the gaming world. And I would probably put it in that 90 to 100 range.
Okay. So we got through the first 10, guys, so we're making good time here. So now going into the 80s. What do we got, Joe?
All right, so 89 is SimCity 2000.
I have no problem. I'm not a Sims guy, but when we were in elementary school, Joe, you remember we had it on our computers at school. So
yeah, Sims is a big franchise for world building and everything, and I'm playing Sims 4 right now and I'm loving it. But I don't know if I ever actually played SimCity 2000.
SimCity 2000 was probably the most groundbreaking of the we had the Sims, and then we had SimTown, and SimCity was the big one that really So
it did blow up their whole franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
It just
but
took it to the next
The
level.
Sims existed prior to this, which is what like I said, Joe and I, we actually had that on our computers growing up. When we had a computer lab. The Apples and the Macs, the iMacs, we had fucking Sims.
Now they're in museums.
Yeah. So I understand it being here as a franchise, and I'm glad that SimCity 2000. I think this makes sense. I think this placing makes sense. Honestly, I have no problem with being here.
Okay. Next one on the list is 88, which is Inside. I actually think this should be higher on the list. I love this platforming game, and how much of a story was in it without even actually having any dialogue whatsoever. It was groundbreaking and great, and it was kind of cheap, so it didn't really break your wallet either.
I got nothing. What do you guys got?
Maggie?
Nothing. I'm with Joe.
I'll say that I thought it was a beautiful game. I think the reason it's at 88 is because it's a one and done. You don't have to go back and do anything.
I agree.
Anything else. It doesn't have a lot of replay value. But fantastic game. And that's where I'll leave it.
Joe, go ahead. I'm excited for this next one.
I know, me too. Next one is 87. It's Titanfall 2. Now, out of the Titanfall games, this one was leagues ahead of the first one. And I think.
Well, remember the first one was Xbox exclusive. Titanfall 2 was multi, and that it wasn't just online.
Yeah, and I'm going to go even further and do a hot take on this and say that I think this is Respawn's best game to date. I know Apex Legends gets a lot, but I can't do the Battle Royale fad. I just can't do it.
I
tried. I really tried.
I feel like Titanfall was the upgraded Mech Warrior. Mech Warrior was cool, but Titanfall, man. Just when you're prepared for Titanfall, and oh my god! I mean,
2016.
Killer robots. I mean, it was the tits. Even for someone, I'm not even listen. I'm not a first-person shooter guy, really. But Titanfall, oh god, Titanfall was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Joe, I think we may have to bust that out at some point for
for sure.
NerdCage Live Gaming.
Oh no.
It's spreading.
Yeah, we're gonna spread that everywhere. All right, if nobody has anything else to add to Titanfall 2, next one on the list, 86, is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. This game is an absolute classic, favorite of the series, and definitely deserves to be higher. Yeah.
Soundtrack, that's all. Suicidal tendencies, baby. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Maggie, you got anything on it?
It's a good game. I'm with you.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Derek, you got this next one.
Moving on to 85, Monster Hunter World.
That's all, Derek. Go.
Actually, because I took up Fallout, I feel like I should at least give Maggie the floor for the moment.
Ooh.
Do you have any?
You know, you're doing that, but I didn't really like Monster Hunter World. I thought that like combat was clunky, and I felt like there was really no story, and I just don't feel like it was the best, even in terms of like monster hunting games that are out there.
I kind of have to agree with that. And I haven't played any of the other Monster Hunters to compare it to. So this kind of took me out of even playing Monster Hunter by playing this one first. So
I legitimately could not disagree more. I actually think that Monster Hunter World is the best of the Monster Hunter games. I'm currently playing Rise. I played Monster Hunter Unite on the 3DS with my friends, and that's where the game experience is at its truest and best, is when you're not playing by yourself. It's when you have multiple people wailing on a giant fucking monster that has its own personality. That's why I like the game so much, is they are practically micro boss battles. And each time it's a little different, because it might just be that you're fighting a farting monkey, but then suddenly that farting monkey gets attacked by an armored armadillo that's also part bunny, and they start going at it, and you can now like mount it and beat the shit. It's insanity, and I love it so much. It is one of my all-time favorite games.
All right, to be fair, I only played it for 20 minutes, so I don't know if I did it enough justice.
my guy, if you ever want to try and get back on that horse or mount that monster, I will be happy.
It's on Switch, right?
It's not World. I don't think World made it, but Rise made it.
Okay.
Well, as you say, I'll have
I
to
haven't
play
gotten
it
into the
with somebody
franchise.
to get
I've
the
been
real
curious. I'm not gonna
experience.
lie, I've been curious, but I have a whole stack of Switch games I haven't even touched yet. But Monster Hunter is one I'd like to dab my toes into at some point.
Yeah. I gotta keep myself off this pedestal, because I don't want to take up too much time.
No. We're doing good on time so far. I mean, we're almost one quarter done. So.
And the next one is probably my biggest take of the entire list.
Yes, I'm with you, Joe.
84 is Resident Evil 2 Remake. Now that's a travesty.
Here's the problem. I'm fine with Resident Evil 2 Remake being on the list. By the way, shameless plug, please check out our Resident Evil games ranking discussion with me, Nick, Joe, and Derek. Fantastic video. And we all determined that Resident Evil 2 Remake is the best Resident Evil game. The problem is, spoiler alert, Resident Evil 4 is on this list way ahead. And then to me, that's a travesty. I have no problem with Resident Evil 2 Remake being on the list, but it needs to switch places with Resident Evil 4.
Yeah,
Resident
even if they
Evil 2
didn't
Remake,
switch places.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't switch places and they were just closer together, you know?
It makes no sense. Resident Evil 2 Remake is hands down the best. Hands down. And
now, like I said,
it should have been switched with 4. It should have been switched with 4.
Like I said in our RE ranking video, I put the original 2 higher, but that's just because that's the game I absolutely grew up with. So I had to, for my personal opinion. But agreed. I mean, graphics-wise, RE2 is still the best. I think.
It's the best one. I think 10 years down the road, we're still going to point out Resident Evil 2 Remake is still the best. I bet you 10 years from now, we're still going to be picking Resident Evil 2 Remake as the best.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I said my piece. So, Pretty Guardy, you have anything on Resident Evil 2 Remake?
I haven't played the remake, so I can't speak too much to that. My favorite Resident Evil game of all time was Resident Evil 3.
Resident Evil 3 is my second favorite. The original, not the remake. I hated the remake.
Yeah, the original.
The original.
So do you guys feel like the remake elevated the game in some sort of way?
For 2,
compared to the original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Resident Evil 2, it may be the best remake to any game ever, honestly.
I actually agree with that. I think that 2 is another one of my all-time favorite games. 2 Remake, excuse me.
Yeah.
I like that it's not only the original experience with a nice new coat of paint, but there's also new mechanics to it that make it fresh for for returning players. So it's not just this. It's not just a retread.
Yeah.
So I feel like you guys covered the bases pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and step down.
All right.
All right.
Next one on the list is 83. It's System Shock 2. I actually never played this one.
I got
Never played it either.
All right.
Moving right along.
All righty. Here you go, Jay. 82 is Mortal Kombat 11.
Okay. So, I completely understand why Mortal Kombat 11's on here. I understand it sold the most. Mechanically speaking, it does a lot. And if you watch our Mortal Kombat ranking video, Mortal Kombat 11 wasn't, in my opinion, the best game. I'm biased. Mortal Kombat 2 to me is the best. But if we're talking about the NetherRealm era, talking everything from 2010 onward, I feel that Mortal Kombat 9 is the best of the three. I feel like Mortal Kombat 9 should have been here instead of 11. Because Mortal Kombat 9 has the best roster. It's the roster from the first three games. It revived the franchise. This was the first time, obviously Warner Brothers took over Midway, which became NetherRealm, revived the franchise. I just feel like, as far as like a revival, as far as a roster, and as far as like an old school feel to it, Mortal Kombat 9 was the best. Mortal Kombat 11 was just insanely loaded with content. And I hate the microtransactions. So, and I hate the Towers of Time. I fucking hate that. I'm glad Mortal Kombat made the list. I just think they picked the wrong one. I think they should have picked 9 or even 2.
And the only way Mortal Kombat 11 will be better is just graphically speaking. That's about it.
But yeah,
to me, one of the things that I loved about Mortal Kombat 11 was the story of the game.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was so cinematic. And to me, it absolutely deserves its place at 82. What I will say, though, Jay, is I actually agree with you that Mortal Kombat 9 is the better game. And if I were to put it on this list, I would put it like lower down, like maybe closer to 50 or so.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I mean, if I'm taking my bias out, yeah, I feel the same way. If it's my list, it's in the top 10. But like, I feel like Mortal Kombat 9's cinematic is good. I mean, 11's was better because they got Kerry Tagawa and so on and so forth, and they expanded it. But Mortal Kombat 9 had a really good cinematic story mode as well. So I just feel like, I think they just picked the wrong one. All right, we can move on.
All right, number 81, I will give directly to Derek. This is Persona 5 Royal.
Uh-oh.
So, Persona 4 is one of my all-time favorite games. It is my all-time favorite game. So, when 5 came out and I played it, I did have... it took some time getting used to the new characters, the new rhythm of the game. That said, I feel like 5 deserves a much higher place than 81. I don't know if they're referring to like the entire experience that Royal gives, or I don't even. So 5 has like a few iterations of it. There's a like Dynasty Warriors version of it that I haven't played. So I'm only trying to speak to the JRPG. It deserves higher, but I'll actually say not too much higher.
Yep. All right, Miss Guardian, what do you got on Persona 5?
I haven't played it, so I can't speak to it too much. I do know that the Persona games are kind of iconic for what they do, so I definitely think they deserve to be on this list in some place.
And I just want to address a question in the chat real quick. To National Weather Broadcast, yes, I've seen Mortal Kombat New Era. It's a Mortal Kombat Mugen. Yes, it's actually pretty spectacular. All right, Joe, we can move on.
All righty, next one. I am also going to give this one to Derek. This is number 80, Dark Souls, the original.
Oh, God. So I won't go too into it, but I will say that I'm a huge fan of the Souls games, the Soulsborne games, Elden Ring. But the short version is I, of course, believe that this deserves to be higher.
Yep. Everybody in the chat's saying higher.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen Derek's Twitch live streams of Dark Souls,
that's probably what made him famous too.
Famous. Come on now. Nobody knows me. Short version is, yeah, of course, I believe this deserves to be higher. I don't know where I would put it, but I do believe that 80 might be too low.
I agree.
Miss
Maggie,
Guardian.
anything on Dark Souls?
No, it's an iconic game.
Okay.
Uh-oh, here we
Oh,
go.
Boy. 79. I don't even want to say this.
Oh, you know what? I want to say it. 79 Fortnite.
Go ahead. I'll give this straight to you. You can take it.
Thank you. Okay. I don't think this game deserves to be on the list at all. Fuck Fortnite. The graphics suck. The gameplay is not original. There are other battle royales on the market that do it way better. There's literally nothing about this game except its popularity that puts it on this list. And I kind of think that's bullshit.
The only thing that I will say about Fortnite is their guest character roster. And you have to pay for each one of them. So screw that.
Yes, they're cash grab bullshit.
And
Thanks, Epic.
oh my god, this is gonna sound so mean. Something about that fan base. That's it. Okay, that's it. All right, moving on. I agree. It shouldn't. Fuck that game. I get it. It's popular. And I'm not surprised it's on there. But fuck Fortnite.
All right,
I don't have any particularly strong feelings. Like, I played it and I tried to get into it. It's just simply not for me. I understand why it's for its demographic.
We're boomers, okay? We're all in our fucking 30s. This game's for fucking teeny boppers and shit.
That said,
like this is like for our children.
It's not
okay,
for
it's
me.
for the children because they can't afford to buy actual games. Let's be real. If it wasn't free to play, it wouldn't be shit.
Whoa, wait a minute. Free to play? Only the base game is free to play. I don't know about you, but I have to buy my nephew and my niece $100 gift cards at their birthdays and Christmas for V-Bucks all the time.
I did not know it was that expensive.
Everybody in the chat is with us. Fuck Fortnite.
What's a Fortnite? No, it's 14 nights, actually.
Yes. It's 2 weeks to be exact. All right. Moving right along. 78 is Fable 2. I played the original Fable.
One of my buddies like swears by this game. He's like, this is the Microsoft Zelda, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful game.
I can agree.
Maggie, please.
Oh, okay. I think it has a great story, great sense of humor, great writing. I think it has really interesting mechanics as far as being able to like really insert yourself in this world and like build up towns and relationships and all that kind of cool stuff that came along with it. I loved Fable 3 and I hear that they're working on a Fable 4, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I know this game by reputation only. And I like what I hear about it. I would like to get my hands on it at some point, but I can't say one way or the other about this particular where its position is on this particular list.
Okay. Joe, you got anything on Fable or not?
No, Scott loves it though, so we have to play it now, right?
Scott, my buddy, I'm so glad you're here. Okay. So, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
Yes. Next, one of my favorite games of all time.
Yes.
Number 77, Goldeneye 007.
Hashtag 90s kids. If you weren't there, you'll never understand. Let me give me the floor for a second. Listen, I understand that Doom and like Wolfenstein was like the first like big first person shooters, but GoldenEye perfected the 4-player split screen. Okay?
Yes.
You gotta understand, when we were like 10, 11, 12 years old, and we got together at our friend's house in the basement, the 4 of us played, having 4 friends together played GoldenEye was the shit!
This was the original team deathmatch game.
Yes. I think it's good placement. I wouldn't mind seeing it higher, but I'm not like mad that it's at 77. But like I said, if you weren't there, you'll never understand. And we are patiently waiting for the remake.
I'm just kidding.
Well, no, apparently you only have to pay for it once.
Yeah, exactly.
Derek said it.
All right, Jay, I'll give this one to you. 76 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
All right. I love Super Smash Brothers. I knew it was going to be on this list. I think it's fair where it is, and Yeah, I mean, I really have nothing much to add to it. Like, Super Smash Brothers is like the amount of content, the modes, and now we see all these copycats like the Warner's Multiverse and the Nickelodeon. But look at all the fucking copycats out there. It's because of Smash Ultimate. Yeah, I mean, I think it's IGN got this one right. I think it's where it needs to be.
Okay. I would put it higher than. Yeah, I would put it a little higher. Not by much. I have to imagine it's better than Spelunky. I also feel like Melee might have been the more superior Smash Brothers. I feel like Ultimate is excellent in its own right, but I feel like Melee is the better game between the two.
No, Chase. Yeah, just gonna address what Derek just said. I would not put Melee in Ultimate players. I think Ultimate. That roster, man. You gotta understand that fucking roster.
Quality over quantity.
I'll address.
Please understand, just for people to understand, when they announced Banjo-Kazooie, King K. Rool, Bayonetta, like. Just the ever-expanding roster is incredible, and then yeah, I feel like the previous 4 games don't come close. That's how I feel. I think.
I just want to address what Byron said here. He says Disney's going to be next on the Smash Bros. Bandwagon. I'm not sure about that.
Rumor has. I think they're in development. I think
they
are.
I was going to say Kingdom Hearts. Oh, okay.
It's a mini game inside of Disney Infinity 3.
Oh, okay.
And that's they were doing that with Smash Brothers in mind.
Okay.
But it was just all Marvel characters.
Oh, okay. Basically, what I was going to get at is I don't think anything Disney does Smash Bros. Wise is going to beat out their fame with Kingdom Hearts, because their Kingdom Hearts stuff is still.
Oh, that's
and if I'm taking my bias out too, I would put Smash above Mortal Kombat a lot. Like, I think Mortal Kombat's everything to me, but if you look at it like society as a whole, like Smash Brothers is just like the game that even people non-gamers know at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like we should move on.
Yeah.
All right. Next on the list, I can't really say much about it. I've never played it. Spelunky 2.
Same.
I don't even think it belongs on this list. What is this? Get it out of there. Throw it away.
There we go. Moving on.
All right. Next, 74. Return of the Obra Dinn.
Can't say I know anything about it. I know it's on my Steam suggestions every once in a while, but I've never actually played it.
Me neither.
Yeah. So, moving on.
All right. 73. Dota 2. Anyone?
Moving right along, it sounds like.
All right, I got something on the next one. Next one, we got to dig deep on this next one here.
All right, yeah, next one we can dig on. 72 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Higher, much higher, much higher, much higher, much higher, much higher, much higher.
I don't think he's upset about it.
Apparently,
another thing too. I'm sorry. I also got another thing, another rug to pull. Mario Kart 64 is better. I like the physics of Mario Kart 64 better. And if I'm being, okay, it's just a little dab into my life real quick. Like, Mario Kart 64, okay, my sister's no longer around. Mario Kart 64 was the game my sister and I would play a lot against each other, all the time when we were kids. So I had that fuzzy memory of Mario Kart 64. So if I'm just to say Mario Kart needs to be way fucking higher on this list. But if it was my choice, it would be Mario Kart 64 over Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. However, I completely understand, and I'm perfectly fine with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe representing Mario Kart. But if it was my way, it'd be Mario Kart 64.
Okay. Derek?
Yeah, no. Mario Kart is one of those excellent experiences where it's easy to pick up and play, but it's difficult to actually master. You get your characters that you're the most familiar with. For me in 64, it was Yoshi. Yoshi was my boy. and now in Deluxe, I usually go Shy Guy. I also like the addition of stats, making carts go the way you need them to perform the way you need them to. They're built more for some characters more than others. Bowser's big ass works better in a cart with some fatter wheels. And they all, like, everything, the momentum feels great.
Yeah.
The speed feels great. The visuals are gorgeous. Sometimes sometimes I fall off tracks just looking at like a visual off in the distance, if I'm being perfectly honest. That said, I think a lot of my love for Mario Kart does come from 64. So I'm right there with you, Jay, though I don't think I have the same nostalgic connection.
And I'll say one more thing too, is I'm happy that Mario Kart 8 is now getting more tracks. I think they were just like, fuck it, let's not do Mario Kart 9. Let's just bring back all the older tracks, and I'm fine with that. So I'm glad that Mario Kart 8 to this day is still relevant. It's still the highest selling game on the Switch besides Breath of the Wild, and which we will get into, by the way. So it's cool that's on here, and I'm glad a lot of these tracks are coming back, but I don't get the same feels that I did with Mario Kart 64. That's just me. Miss Guardian, what do you got about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a great game. And I just want to say, Jay, thank you so much for sharing that little bit about you and your background with the game. I appreciate you giving that to us.
I think that's important too, like, especially with a list like this, to point out why we feel this way about the entry and the game itself. I think it is important to kind of make not only for the panel, but also for the chat, and maybe anybody else that stumbles upon us later.
All right, before we move on, are we all in agreement that the game should be higher?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, good. I know Joe's not the Nintendo kid here, so...
I was actually going to put everybody on the spot and say Mario Kart or Crash Team Racing, what do you prefer?
Oh, fucking Mario Kart, not even close. Not even close. I don't think any other kart racer, per se, comes close.
I don't know, Mortal Kombat was pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah, the Motor Combat, yeah.
Motor Combat, yeah, that was kind of...
That was fun. I don't care what anybody says.
It was a cool idea, I just didn't think it was executed well.
Yeah.
All right, next is the OG Donkey Kong.
Oops, hold on. Sorry, I gotta move the screen here. It's tough when they got these pictures and ads in here. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? This was the game that my parents played in the arcade before they got married. I think it's fair. I think it's fair placement. Even though I'm a Donkey Kong Country guy, but you gotta understand the importance of the character Donkey Kong, the game. It was really Nintendo's first big arcade hit. So yeah, I think this is a good placement, and I think it's I'm glad that my man Donkey Kong's getting some recognition.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Derek, anything?
Sorry, I just saw National Weather Broadcast was saying that it looks like we might have been out of sync, but it looks like I just reloaded it and looks fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably awesome.
As far as Donkey Kong, admittedly, I've played the game in arcades only, so my memory of it is a little fuzzy. I don't mind it being at 70 or in the 70s. I feel like that's a fair placement just because of it's very simple.
It's the first Mario game too. People often forget this was Mario's first appearance too. It was both of their first appearance. Shame on Nintendo for completely botching Donkey Kong's 40th anniversary last year. That was an insult. Mario got his 35th birthday. Zelda got his 35th birthday. Donkey Kong doesn't get a 40th birthday? Fuck you. And Samus doesn't get a 35th birthday. Like what the fuck? What the fuck, Nintendo? Like, their poster child Mario and Zelda, okay. But you can't ignore fucking, Samus and Donkey Kong. Like, fuck you. But, okay. Sorry.
I mean, Samus is the entire reason that Mario has an M on his hat.
I think that's bullshit. I saw that interview with me and Moto. I think it's bullshit. So then what's the L on Luigi's hat? Like, come on. I think it's fucking stupid. That was fucking stupid. I just had to
bring that up to rile up Jay.
All right, Miss Guardian, do you have anything on Donkey Kong or?
I agree with you 100%, Jay. I would have liked to see Donkey Kong Country on this list, but Donkey Kong is a classic, and it's definitely earned its place at number 71.
All right.
The Sims is making a return on our list at 70, The Sims 3.
Can't speak to it.
I don't think it's necessary. I think SimCity 2, like 2000, I think was enough. But
the only thing
I think The Sims is more like intricate with like the people, whereas like SimCity is more like you're building like towns. The Sims is more like a focus on like, you know, the people, your person.
Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, I'm playing Sims 4 right now and I'm loving it. But I do agree with what they say in here that The Sims 3 was kind of more complete at launch and it was more simplified. Whereas The Sims 4, you have tons of content, but it didn't come right away. So there's so many expansions, you basically have to spend all your money to get everything you want. So, you know, I can agree with that, and maybe that's why they put The Sims 3 on this list, to, you know, show the newer games in their...
I do agree with you there, Joe. The one thing that I would add about The Sims 3 is that they have a tremendously huge, like, really over the top. And so I do feel like it kind of deserves its own place separated out there for that.
All right, moving on.
All right, next one. Number 69, everyone. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
Too high.
Don't know enough about
it. Okay.
I'm not a fan. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm not the biggest fan of stealth games. I'm like Kool-Aid man. I need to come in and bust the fucking wall open and shoot everybody. I don't have the patience for Splinter Cell, and I'm just baffled it's this high.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, I would not have put this particular Splinter Cell on the list. I would have put something like Blacklist, something with more co-op aspect to it. The co-op in Blacklist was awesome. It was amazing. So that's what I would have went with. But I do believe Splinter Cell, the franchise, should be on this list.
Throw out Spelunky 2 and then move Splinter Cell up there, and we got ourselves a list.
Okay.
Right on. Shit.
All right. Next, I'll give this one to Jay too. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Wah! That's all I got. Oh, listen, besides that,
I felt my ovaries shrivel up when you did that.
This is the game that made me want to get. Reason why I got a vasectomy. But this game's fantastic, and I think to this day this is the best Yoshi game. I know there's Yoshi's Story, there's Yoshi's Crafted World, Yoshi's Woolly World. None of these games come close to the greatness that was Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I'm happy that's here on the list. I think if I'm being fair, I think it's a little too high. And it's just funny that the first Mario game is a Yoshi game. Well, actually no, Donkey Kong. Okay, never mind. So there was Donkey Kong, but as far as the Super Mario, yeah, this is the first Super Mario game. I think I'm glad it's here. I personally think it's too high, but it's the best Yoshi game hand down, and it's aged beautifully because the hand-drawn graphics look amazing. It's smooth. I just a goddamn baby crying. But other than that, I love it. I love it. And Joe, we will be playing it soon, hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone else got anything to add?
I think you said enough. I think you said it all, man. I have nothing else to add.
All right, Joe, this is all you, bro.
Alrighty, 67 is Silent Hill 2, which is, in my opinion, the best Silent Hill of the series. Definitely deserves a place on this list, but I would put it much higher myself.
I 100% agree.
Miss Guardian. All right. Yeah, I got nothing. I never played Silent Hill. Sorry, guys. I know. That might
be another one we have to play then.
Yes.
I absolutely feel like you should.
And they have HD remakes, so we can do that.
I would suggest you keep to the originals because the remakes, they kind of stiff the original voice actors.
Okay.
And I think that the original voice cast does such a great job. I also feel like Silent Hill 2 is up there with some of the better Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
Though the tone and
Okay.
yeah, I feel like if you like Resident Evil, there's enough there that I think you.
That's why I
would
want to
like
ask you
Silent Hill.
guys: would Resident Evil 2 being in the 80s and this being in the 60s, do you feel that Silent Hill is superior to Resident Evil?
I think they're flat across the board. You know, they're basically they're two different animals. I mean,
I was gonna say
you got those memes and everything where you say, "Oh, Raccoon City or Silent Hill," you know. So
Yeah, it's a quarter versus a silver dollar. Like you can't compare the two. They're two different. About the only thing that's the same is they come in circular form.
All right, moving on to number 66, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Yeah, go ahead.
Personally, I like Vice City better, but that's just my personal stance on it. But with Grand Theft Auto being on here, I'm actually surprised I didn't go with 5 with how much.
Is this the only Grand Theft Auto game that made the list, or is GTA 5?
I don't know. I haven't skimmed the list in a while. So
I thought, okay, listen, I don't play Grand Theft Auto, but for me, just based on how it was growing up, Joe, you know this, like, I feel like Grand Theft Auto 3 was like all the noise when that came out. I feel like Grand Theft Auto 3 should be the one that represents Grand Theft Auto on this list.
Back in the day, this was the game you bought and hid from your parents.
Yeah.
I have a fun story.
The chat says this is their favorite one. The chat saying San Andreas is the best one. Is what the chat's saying.
I have to agree only because of like a few key differences that differentiate San Andreas from what would be its predecessors to the other games down the line. Is just how immersive you could make your character. If you wanted to be thin, you had him ride a bike. If you wanted to be fat, you had him eat like a half dozen cheeseburgers in a single sitting. You could sleep. You could like. It felt for the PS2 for that era. It was one of the most immersive and easy to understand games. I think that 3 is fantastic. It was my first Grand Theft Auto game, and I loved Vice City. The whole 80s aesthetic was fantastic, but I still think that San Andreas knocks it out of the park.
Okay.
I don't know if it's better than 5 because again, this is comparing a quarter to a silver dollar. Like, they are so different from one another, and especially the stories that they're trying to tell. I feel like San Andreas, though, is definitely worthy to be on this list, even if it ends up being the only Grand Theft Auto game on the list.
Okay, how do you feel about the placement, though? Is it a good placement?
Considering its infamy, I would have put it a little higher. That's just me.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Moving right along, number 65 is XCOM 2. Now, I played this and the XCOM Bureau Declassified. I liked Bureau Declassified better, but I think that's just because the mechanics are different. I mean, XCOM 2, I think, is turn-based, whereas the other one was just a regular, run-through game. So, but what do you guys think about it?
I got nothing.
Oh, I was about to ask Maggie if she wanted to take over. I actually really like the series. I think that 1 is superior in terms of the top-down, turn-by-turn basis game. That said, I would do what is in the Pokemon community known as a Nuzlocke before I even knew what it was called, where basically I would name all the characters and I would name them after my friends. So that way, when one of them gets picked off by an alien scourge, I'd be like, "No, Austin, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that." Yeah, and like, I felt like a lot of, even with the simplicity that the game has, there's a lot of personality in each character, and the story itself is a lot of fun. It's your atypical alien invasion story, but you are in control. You say what goes, and I loved that. Just kind of putting you in the driver's seat, and yeah. So I love XCOM.
All right. Good placement, bad placement, higher, lower.
Good placement.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll move on to the next one. I don't even know what this next game is.
Next one is 64. It's Control, which I did play this game. I enjoyed the hell out of this game, to be perfectly honest.
God, I love this game.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Oh my gosh. Joe, I feel like I talked too much. Please.
Okay. Well, the synopsis of the game is basically you're somebody that has like you acquire telekinetic powers throughout the entire game, and you're basically it looks like you're fighting like almost people that are possessed, to be honest. so yeah, I enjoyed it. Maggie, do you have anything to say about the game Control? Have you played it?
I want to play this game so bad, but I'm going to tell you I'm a chicken and it looks vaguely scary. So I feel like I need somebody to come play it with me or something.
Okay, so...
No, you know what? You just set yourself up for a perfect scenario. You need to play it on your Twitch.
Yeah, lights out.
So we can all watch and
No,
react.
don't do that to her.
Oh, come on!
I saw those eyes. She was
Lights
like,
out,
don't
night
do this,
vision
don't do
camera.
this to me. No. I have played Control, and I feel like it's a travesty that it is this low.
Yeah.
I love the world that they built. I appreciate that this was kind of like Baby's first introduction into SCP. I love the main character. She's interesting. I love the voice in her head. Just how bonkers the oldest house gets. And oh my god, the one gun you get is every gun you use for the rest of the game. And that's such a great idea, especially when it like comes into fast-paced combat. When you're going up against a tank, right? And he's lobbing grenades at you. You can just grab them with your telekinetic powers, throw it back at him. But he's not done yet. You can get your gun and fire at him with a full auto. And then once he starts getting close, you can swap to a shotgun and start blasting at him. And like without opening any menus. It's just that quick. And I love that about this game. I think Control needs to be a top 10. And that's where I'm going to stop.
Okay.
All right. Joe, go
All right,
ahead.
next.
I'm right. I got shit to say.
We're getting into super fans next. 63 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I know Jay has nothing to say on this, right?
All right. Why the fuck is this above Goldeneye? Why the fuck is this above Goldeneye? I'm not surprised it's here. It should be here. Let's be real. Call of Duty 4 should be here. If any Call of Duty, it should be Call of Duty 4. I'm not that mad about the placement, the truth be told, because it was like all the rage when that came out. Like I said, I remember because it was like my very first apartment when I got the game.
I'm gonna say that if they're gonna put a Call of Duty on here, it's got to either be Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops, the original.
So,
those
Joe, should it be above Goldeneye?
No.
Thank you. That's all I got. If our rest of the panel want to chime in.
I can't speak to it. I never played it.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Maggie, Call of Duty fan or no?
No. Well, so back when I used to go on dates with people and they'd find out I was a gamer, they'd try to like test me or whatever, and I would have a test for them too. And so there were two games that just about every dude I've ever talked to has told me that they've played. And one of them is Call of Duty and the other is FIFA. And so I would always roast the shit out of them. Yes, FIFA.
Surprise.
It's not because these games are great. It's just because gaming is so ubiquitous. These are like two top titles that just about every dude I've dated has played. So if all you play is like Call of Duty or FIFA, you're not a gamer to me. Sorry.
I stopped after Modern Warfare 2 because Call of Duty started becoming like Madden football, where Madden football is the same game every year, but they obviously update the rosters. That's how I felt about Call of Duty. They just kept rehashing the game every single fucking year.
I had to stop because the community is absolutely toxic.
Yes, that too. But I just think it's egregious. It's above GoldenEye. I think it's egregious.
I agree.
All right.
Justice for GoldenEye.
Yes.
Hashtag remake GoldenEye.
It's coming.
I think they did.
Yeah, they just haven't released it yet. It's coming because the Xbox achievements were leaked.
Nice. All right, so 62 is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Miss Garden, you take this.
I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm glad that Tomb Raider is on this list. I wouldn't have put Rise of the Tomb Raider on there. I probably would have put like Tomb Raider 2.
Yeah. Although the remakes and everything were refreshing and new, and the graphic style is heavily upgraded, obviously, and everything, you still can't get away from the originals. The originals are just great for the time they had.
All right.
Derek?
I can't speak to it. Haven't played.
Okay.
All right, that's fair. All right, here we go. I'm ready for this next one.
I'll give it to you, Jay. 61 is Batman Arkham City.
Good choice, good placement. I think Arkham City is by far the best among the first 3 Arkham games, by far. I know some people argue for Arkham Asylum. I think Arkham City was the best fucking one. As far as like superhero games, I think it's the best superhero game of all time to this day. As much as I love Injustice, but if I taking the fight and stuff out of there, I think Batman Arkham City got it fucking right. Got the character right, got the story right. It's fun to play. You can do all the side missions, you can do the main game. It don't matter. Arkham City is good placement. It's the best one of the 3, and yeah, I'm good with it.
I'll agree with that. Although I will say that I enjoyed Arkham Knight a little more, personally.
That's fine. I just, like I said, I just think it was I think they got the pick right. That's just me.
Yeah. Derek?
I think Jay covered it pretty well. This is my go-to Batman game. I don't think it ever got any better. So yeah, I feel like this is the best one.
And the voice acting too.
Well, I mean, they kept the original voice actors for the first two,
Yep.
and then also into Night. I think they skipped that trend for Origins. I think that this is still the best one, though. Enough said.
Until Gotham Knights, I'm hoping Gotham Knights will have the same feel.
Yeah, nothing more to say.
All right, we're in the 50s now. Well, actually, no, one more, then we're in the 50s.
Yeah. All right, so 60 is Dishonored 2.
I don't even know what it is. I'll be right
Derek?
back.
I liked Dishonored. That said, I somehow managed to miss the train for Dishonored 2, so I can't speak to it. If it's anything like its predecessor, I would say it's a worthy addition to this list. I would have put it lower, but I still think it's a pretty... Dishonored 1 is fantastic. No.
I have a similar experience as you there, Derek. Where would you have placed it?
I think the 80s is fair.
Yeah, me too.
All right. I have a couple of my friends that like Dishonored 2 better, but I only watched somebody play it for like 10 minutes, so I can't really weigh in on it too much.
I feel like I need to sit down and play it to give it a fair shake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't give it a fair shake. 59 is The Witness. I have no idea what this is.
I ain't seen nothing. Oh, I know what this is. This is I've seen footage of it, but I've never actually played it. And I can't speak to its placement because I haven't played it. I will say that it is visually striking, and I should play it. Oh, Maggie, do you have you actually played it?
No, I haven't played it, but it is visually striking. It's kind of one of those artistic indie games. That's about all I have to say about it.
Yep.
Okay. Number 58 is Journey. Now, all I saw of this game was the launch trailer, and that was enough for me to say, no, not for me.
Maggie?
Not every game is for every person, and I think that's totally fair. I know there's a lot of people that would look at something like this and think that it's boring or it wouldn't hold their interest, and that's totally fair. I think Journey makes gaming accessible to different types of people, and it's a really lovely experience for people who like cozy games, or they like games that kind of warm their heart and just give them a space to relax in. So I think it's a good game. I don't know that I'd put it at 58. I'd probably put it somewhere in the 60s.
I agree with Maggie on every single point. This was a beautiful game with no dialogue, just told through expression and interpretation. And I feel like that this is one of those few games that you and I could probably have a powwow right now, and we would probably have an entirely different story about what they're trying to say because of just how you can interpret the game, especially that ending. I loved it. I think very, as she said, it's very cozy, it's quiet, it's serene, it's intense where it needs to be, but it's also fun where it needs to be. I think I need to say nothing more than the sliding level. And
that was a good one.
God, I love that. Oh my God. And that's it. That's, I think 58 is good placement.
Okay.
All right, moving to 57, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
Am I the only one?
You're not the only one. I'm just waiting for you.
Okay. No, I feel bad because like I feel like I can talk about a lot of these games, and Uncharted 2 is not only the perfect choice for this list, it is the best of the series. I don't feel like it ever got any better. I feel like 4 came real close, but I feel like this had the most challenge for our protagonist. It had the most interesting story, and it was the most fun. It was over the top Indiana Jones, which is saying something. But it also improved upon everything that came before it in the first game. And yeah, I don't know. I believe it should be a little higher. I would put it in the top 20.
Okay.
And if you haven't played any of the Uncharted games,
that is a statement.
Yeah.
Now I will say that I played 4 and I loved 4. I missed the beginning Uncharted's 1, 2, and 3, but I did love 4, and I just finished watching the movie, which I went in with low expectations, and I actually ended up liking it. I'm so glad that Nolan North actually got a spotlight in it.
I've heard about his cameo that makes me giggle.
Yeah, so yeah. But Uncharted undoubtedly needs to make this list, and I agree with your placement. So.
Oh boy, this next one's gonna be all the rage.
Oh yeah. 56 is Overwatch. I did play this. I did enjoy it for a little while. Blizzard being as controversial as it is, the game itself, taking that out of it, is pretty decent. However, it's one of those games that gets repetitive after a while, and the loot box system is just terrible. But the gameplay I enjoy.
I think it had great graphics, great gameplay. To me, it didn't really feel like a full game. Like, I would have liked to see more levels, more stages, more game modes, maybe some sort of campaign or something to it. But overall, I think it was good. I probably would have put it up in the 60s too.
Also, just real quick, just want to welcome Celtic Walks, watching us from Twitch. So thank you for coming in.
Hey, Celtic.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, awful cool of you. I played a lot of Overwatch. I really enjoyed the game. Even in its most, even as it stood, being kind of a very repetitive. Well, we kept getting the same maps and everything.
Yeah.
I still felt like sometimes Team Comp really made broke up the repetition. There were games where I was godly. I have a clip of me like wiping out an entire team as Reaper by just dropping in on one dude, but doing that exact same tactic on another team didn't pay off at all. I got my shit kicked in.
Yeah.
That said, I agree with every single point you two just made. I would go so far as to say I would put it in the 80s. I loved the experience, but because of Blizzard, it does sour. I uninstalled the game because of Blizzard, and that whole thing.
Yep.
So
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Blizzard.
Put it in the 80s. That would be my suggestion.
All right.
Next, we're back to Battle Royales. 55 is Apex Legends, which is the Battle Royale I would go to if I was going to play one.
All right. Miss Guardian, this is all you. I think this is more your forte, right?
Oh, you're on mute.
Mute.
Yeah.
Thank you. I don't play Apex Legends, so I can't speak to it too much. It looks decent.
I'm actually surprised it's this high, if I'm being honest. I never played it. I'm just surprised given that it hasn't been around that long. It's pretty damn high on the list.
I don't think it should be higher than League of Legends.
I would probably agree. I have played, I think I have like at least 40 hours clocked of Apex. I do enjoy it. I like the roster. I like them. They have one map, but it never feels like the same map, no matter like depending on where you drop.
Yeah. It's a very large area.
It's huge. It's gargantuan, and now I understand there are more maps. But there was a point where I put it down. I don't miss it.
Yeah.
There are games on this list, even further down the list, that I feel like I miss more than I miss Apex Legends.
If anyone needs an idea of how long it's been since I played, the last time I played, Octane was being released. So it's been a while. All right,
you guys, I'm gonna have to get going here soon.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Time's kind of slipping away on us.
All right.
Yeah.
How much more time do you got? How much more time do you got?
Like 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. Let's get through the top, and then we'll do the. Let's get through these.
What if we do the top 50 and then split it?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. So, 54 is Hollow Knight.
Excellent game.
A little high. It's a great game. That's pretty high up there, man. I don't.
I would put it above Miss Pac-Man.
I think as far as like the Metroidvania, like.
Quicker.
Too high. That's my take on it. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong, but 54 is pretty high.
Great game, too high.
Yeah.
Speaking of Miss Pac-Man, that's our next one at 53.
Listen, don't you dare talk bad about my girl Miss Pac-Man.
Saying.
All those dots she can swallow. Just make sure know what else she can swallow. Just saying. Listen, Miss Pac-Man, that was my mom's favorite game in the arcade. What made Miss Pac-Man stand out from regular Pac-Man is the fact that Pac-Man 1 was all the same maze 256 times, whereas Miss Pac-Man gave you a variety of mazes. So I am happy that Miss Pac-Man's getting some love, and fuck this whole like controversy with her name. It's Miss Pac-Man. Don't change the name. What was it, Pac-Mom? They're trying to change the name to. Fuck that shit. There's a big.
Tell me this controversy.
They're showing a shit stick. It's cancel culture, saying like, they're trying to like saying like why she have to be called Miss Pac-Man, not Miss Pac-Woman or whatever. They want to change her name to Pac-Mom or something stupid like that.
I hate it.
It's Miss Pac-Man, okay?
So
but yeah, I think
to
Miss
me,
Pac-Man
as like a hardcore feminist, like the difference between Mrs. and Ms. actually means something to me. So like the fact that she's Ms. Pac-Man, I think is fucking cool. So leave her be.
Yeah, like I said, I think, man, I really love Pac-Man too. Miss Pac-Man was definitely better. As far as like between the two, Miss Pac-Man was the better game.
Yeah. Okay, 52 is Call of Duty's ugly cousin, Counter-Strike 1.6.
I liked it. I think it's better than Modern Warfare.
Okay.
I agree with their write-up that it has good level design. For me, it wouldn't have been 52. I would have probably put it up in the 80s.
I agree. I would have dropped it a lot.
Jay doesn't play shooters, so we can probably move on, right?
Yep. And then we can, last one.
All right. Last one. We're ending on a high note here. Left 4 Dead 2.
My only gripe is that it's above Resident Evil 2, but I think it's because it's a multiplayer game and online. It's a great fucking game. I fucking love it.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I can't for the life of me put it above Resident Evil 2.
Yeah,
That's
me
all.
neither.
That's all.
I love the game, and I agree.
Yeah. So
I saw Maggie cheer. I feel like she should be allowed
I
to
don't
say
have
something.
anything to say about it. It's too scary for me, but I think it looks awesome. So 51, awesome.
It might be a little high. I'm a little surprised it made the list, honestly, but I don't have a problem with it being here. I guess I'm surprised, but my only problem is it's above Resident Evil 2. That's all.
I'm glad they left it with Left 4 Dead and not Back 4 Blood, because Left 4 Dead was.
Well, Back 4 Blood hasn't been around much. Left 4 Dead 2, like I can remember playing it after work when I worked at I used to work overnights at Target, and that was like one of the Gears of War and Left 4 Dead 2 were like my go-to games.
Oh.
So yeah.
All right, I think we just lost Maggie.
So this is where we'll end for today.
All right, so let's just figure out when you guys want to finish up the. Even if we do this on an off day, I'm perfectly fine. Like, if you guys want to, I don't know when everybody's available again.
The list doesn't go anywhere, so.
Yeah, that's true.
If you guys want to come back and do it Saturday or Sunday, I'm perfectly fine. No, I don't care what time. I have nothing planned this weekend. I got stuff I got to work on, but I can make time for we just shoot up an hour and a half, and that was like with all the intros. Yeah, so I think if we can save another hour and a half for the last 50 this weekend.
Yeah, this will be the first part 2 to a live stream, eh?
Yeah. Oh, this has been fucking fun. So I'm
okay. Well, we can hash out the particulars off there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Jay.
All right, I need the floor for a second. So, listen, everybody, thank you for helping us launch the new era of NerdCage Live. If you haven't already, pick up your NerdCage Live merchandise. We have 2 designs, with more on the way, but we have 2 designs. All right, check this shit out. We got the whole NerdCage Live with the logo on the front, and you're about to witness the strength of geek knowledge on the back.
Yeah.
And then, we got the Pornhub shirt. Yeah, buddy.
I'm into it.
So please, link in the description. Go to our TeePublic and pick up your NerdCage Live merchandise. We've sold 4 shirts in the last 24 hours. Exciting stuff. So please, by all means, pick up your NerdCage Live merch. And of course, get us to 1,500 subs because we're giving away an Xbox. So
yeah, spread this word everywhere.
Yes. Joe, before we flip it to you, Pretty Guardian, what do you got? Any closing thoughts here on the list and anything you want to promote?
Hey, it was a great first stream. I think we had a lot of fun going through, 100 through 51 on that list. And, some great games on there. And then, just a couple, like Spelunky 2. I don't think I'm going to get over that.
Everybody can go ahead and
come
send
on.
their copies of Spelunky 2 to Pretty Guardian at...
Yeah, right. No thanks.
At trashcan.com.
It was fun being here. Send your Splunky 2 to trashcan.com.
All right.
Oh my God, that sounds like a t-shirt.
It probably is.
All right, Derek, you got any closing thoughts on this list here, and is there anything you want to promote?
So I think that the list itself requires minor modification from my personal standpoint. That said, I wasn't in the room with these people when they made it, so there's probably even more explanation from every single person that posted their games. I think it's fine. Currently, I think there are games that need to be swapped around. I'm not seeing anything that is missing yet. but I will hoot and holler the second I see games that I know need to be on here. And there are games that I have personal bias for. So, okay. As far as stuff I should promote, I am working on something for our friends here at NerdCage, myself included. So,
wait.
What? I heard a wait.
I just said can't wait.
Oh, yeah. I'm keeping it on the DL for now, but make sure to be subscribed, like, comment in every video. Hey, where's the secret project Derek is talking about? Let us know. I am genuinely excited to announce it when it will come out. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Absolutely. So please join NerdCage Nation, our Facebook discussion group, as the Discord is now live. So that way you know when we're going live and what's coming up next. Joe, go ahead. Happy early birthday. Tell them about tomorrow.
Tomorrow we are playing Zelda Ocarina of Time live on Twitch.
For your birthday!
/NerdCage Live. And that will be from 8 to midnight Eastern Standard.
So guys, we will post something on NerdCage Nation and the Discord group when we finish the rest of this list. Hopefully we'll get right back to it soon because it's been a lot of fun. Again, get us to 1,500 subs so we can give away that Xbox. Please subscribe to Pretty Guardian's channel and her Twitch as well as Derek's I'm the One Who Nerds. Please sub them up as well. Again, I'm super thrilled to have them on board with us, and this has been an awesome fucking stream. I really got nothing else to promote. Other than that, just real quick, we will be back next Wednesday for the King Kong vs. Godzilla 1962 60th Anniversary Live Look Back, and we may have a couple of guests joining us. That will be a lot of fun. That's going to be on Wednesday because it's Derek's moving, so that's why we are choosing to do it
all my
Wednesday.
fault. You're welcome.
But yes. But guys, thank you so much. This has been fucking awesome. Can't wait to chop it up with everybody again. So we ask you to please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread this shit like syphilis. So that being said, from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles, California, to all of our friends and family around the world at NerdCage Live. As always, enjoy life. Stay safe. Eat your vegetables. Do your push-ups. Do what you gotta do. Get us more subs. And enjoy this new era of NerdCage Live.
Yes.
Good night,
Take care of
motherfuckers.
yourselves out there.
Good night.
Stick around for these awesome promos, motherfuckers. You can get trapped in the cage.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Jay St. G.
And I'm Joe from FallenOne Gaming.
And we have a special message from NerdCage Live and NerdCage Live Gaming! Because we know a lot of y'all like the game, right? Well, we decided here at NerdCage that we wanted to give away something special. A big thank you. Not only a thank you, but we need your help too. Joe, what is it that we're giving away?
We are giving away an Xbox Series X.
Yes! Brand new! See? Right here, still sealed. We are giving this sucker away. But in order for us to give this away, we need your help. Get us to 1,500 subscribers and we will give this away.
If you guys get us to 1,500 subscribers, this can be all yours.
United States and Canada only. We're not shipping all over the world, all right?
Yeah.
So here's how this is gonna happen. Get us to 1,500 subscribers.
Digital Amazon card.
Now listen, if you get us to 1,500 subscribers, just maybe, we'll do another giveaway. 1,500 subscribers, and this bad boy can be yours. Keep it tuned to NerdCage Live when we release the second video on how to enter once we hit 1,500 subscribers.
Come on.
Into the hands of another.
NerdCage Live and gaming are a perfect match.
Shoot the J, Joe.
Okay.
Shoot it!
All right.
Over on NerdCage Live on Twitch, Jay and Joe go live.
Call me Bazooka Joe.
It's all about you.
Kaboom! Playing both old school and new school games every Tuesday night. Ooh, what a sight!
Jay, stop looking at her face and run.
But she's so beautiful!
So be sure to follow NerdCage Live on Twitch.
Run for your life, Joe! Run for your life, Joe!
Running.
Run faster! Oh no, Joe! The galaxy's doomed because of you!
To scratch your gaming itch.
Oh, nice kick, Joe!
Thank you.
Yo! That's f***ing diabolical! Wait. Yo!
That's twitch.tv/NerdCage Live.
Ooh, trying to get out of the nerd cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by.